What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to SHOPcast. This is an interesting episode. We took the month of October off so that I could kind of focus on Horror Hangout. And, you know, it's October, man. We all have family stuff, kids and things. So it was just going to be easier to not have to commit to this every week. And then we ended up turning out two episodes of Horror Hangout, one apiece. So really, we got plenty of content out of the month. But this episode, we're going to just recap what we kind of did in October. So people that are, you know, wondering how our month went or what we watched, they'll be able to hear what we checked out. And then I'll pick a movie for next week and we'll continue the normal episodes. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. If you're not familiar with the episodes, we just pick a movie out and talk about it. We take a turn, each of us take a turn, pick a movie out every week, and we talk about it as a threesome versus two people. It gives it a little bit of a different dynamic. And you know, and we just, that's how we do it. So this is a little bit different than normal, but this episode is brought to you by motherfucking Knife Crime Apparel. If you're interested in supporting the channel and you want to do that and you want to get something tangible, like physical for your money, it's a good way to do it. There's a link in the description if you so choose to check it out. If not, no worries. We just want you to hang out with us anyway. So yeah, got Chris and Josh per usual. Fuck yeah. So we were just talking about Pig. Yeah. Sort of. Josh is watching it for the first time. Chris and I have already seen it. So let's I guess I just want to hear, do you have any notes yet at all? You said you're halfway through it, about an hour in?
Yeah, it's 90 minutes, so I'm like two-thirds.
Yeah, man. That's it's quite a bit different than you were expecting, or no?
No, I think it's kind of what I was expecting. It's not, but in a good way. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, when I went to see it in a theater, I literally was completely flabbergasted because it was not at all what I expected. Like, I didn't expect John Wick, but I expected, like, I don't know, John Wick light. I don't know, something at least in that direction. But yeah.
I'm learning that the production company Neon got a very similar thing to A24.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even get to that point, so that's cool.
Yeah, because they're the ones. The first time I think I really noticed them was because they put out Parasite.
Okay. Oh, yeah, cool.
But I mean, nice. They've been doing other stuff, but they've definitely become a little more high profile lately. They also put out Titan or Titan.
Oh. Yeah, how do you say that one? I was calling it Titan.
I think it's
Titan?
Titan or something like that, yeah.
I'm just gonna call it.
I was definitely saying it wrong, so
I am gonna rewatch that movie, and I'm gonna rewatch Malignant too, but I'm waiting a couple more weeks before I rewatch them because I'm pretty positive I'm still gonna hate Malignant, but I think I might feel a little different on that one. Maybe a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna just be like, oh, it's amazing, but I've been letting it simmer a lot because I was so not expecting what I got with that one, and I think I was just more confused than anything. So I watched Tetsuo the Iron Man again recently.
Oh, nice.
That's why I thought, dude, I can't like this movie as much as I do and then just shit on that movie after one viewing. Like, I have to I have to watch it at least one more time, and then I'm entitled to whatever opinion I want because I've watched it twice. And, you know, at that point, what am I going to say? No, I should give it a third try. No, dude, I either like it or I don't. But cool, man. Well, I hope you, at the end of it, really enjoy the movie. I think it's one of the better ones of the year for me.
Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really good.
So you two gentlemen use Letterboxd. I'm learning it, so I don't currently use it very well. So I don't have as many notes on what I watched in October as you guys, but I did write a few things down. So I'll let you guys start. Chris, why don't you tell us? Why don't you give us a few things that you watched this past October?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, aside from the few we already talked about, like Halloween Kills and
no, we can retouch on those. We want to know what we all watched. I mean, if you watched Halloween Kills, you watched Halloween Kills.
I rewatched Halloween 2 after I watched Halloween Kills.
How'd you like that?
I like it. It's good. It's
you
know, I don't like some of the plot points that they hit in it with which I think everybody feels the same way, but it's not as good as the original. But I do think the a little bit of gore they added in actually worked pretty well, and it was more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be
There's a whole tribe of people that prefer it over the first one.
Yeah, and I can see that. Like the first one
Yeah.
is definitely more atmospheric and slow burn, whereas that one, it does kind of play up to an audience a little better, I think.
Well, up until the 2018 one, I thought 2 was I looked at them as one movie. I didn't like to separate them, and there's a few franchises like that for me. But I usually would talk to them about them as like a couple of movies instead of separating them because it works so well. No, there's different. You can tell they're not made by the same people, but they did try, and it does start at the end of the first film, and there's a lot of reasons that it does work out pretty well. But yeah, I wouldn't say I like it better than the first one personally. There are some things that I like about it a lot better, but not as a whole.
Yeah.
I also watched The Mist because I know you guys talked about that on
Hell yeah.
Horror
Best
Hangout
ending in
episodes.
Horror, man. I every time I think about that movie, it makes me go, "Whoa." Like just.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the ending. I didn't have it spoiled or anything. I just knew it was
good.
Something. It's been talked about ever since the movie came out. So I finally
How'd you feel
watched
about
that.
it when you watched it?
It was good. It was really good, and the ending really wasn't what I was expecting. So, like, even though I was expecting like something kind of crazy to happen, it was still like surprising. It was like, oh shit.
Isn't that good when you kind of have sort of an idea, you're about to get kind of shocked, and you still get kind of actually shocked? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's even better because it's farther left than I imagined.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Very ballsy.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I love balls.
Let's see what else. Yeah, Josh and I went and watched. Josh and I went and watched Dune in the theater. What, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Ago
I'll be
now.
watching that. So my mom and my sister want to go see Dune, and so I think I'm going to go see it with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to try to get Krista to go. It'll be during the day. If
I think Chris will like it.
I think she's going to really enjoy it. I've been hearing nothing but, at least as far as like people that I trust, I'm hearing a lot of great things about it. So I mean, I don't think I'm not anticipating me giving it a 10 out of 10 or anything, but I am anticipating like an 8.5 to a 9 out of it based on just what I'm hearing from the people that I'm hearing it from.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a pretty good movie. So
Yeah, I don't think you'll dislike it. Maybe as I was kind of afraid you might before watching it.
yeah,
But now, like, it really does a good job of kind of making it make sense a little bit, because it can be a
Nice.
little daunting with all the shit they talk about in the book, and the names of stuff and places and backstory and all the crazy stuff that they kind of.
somebody was telling me to read the book before I watch it. Is that necessary, or can I just go watch it?
I mean, you'll obviously get more out of it, but I think that they do a good enough job of simplifying it and explaining it that you don't have to now.
Cool, because I would honestly I would prefer not to read the book because I don't know that I have the interest to read it. I feel like I want to watch the movie and then maybe get interested enough to read the book and then rewatch the movie. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the book. Like, I bought it not too long ago before the movie came out, and
I'll be listening to it, but it's not actually physically reading it.
But I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't really like his writing style.
Okay.
And like, I like the story and everything to it. It was interesting, but just I think it was mostly writing style just kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
And no, the movie was exactly what I wanted from it. It was.
I'm getting more excited the more I hear about it. That I want to see this movie because I just and this may be stupid. You guys can tell me whether or not this is accurate, but I keep hearing that it's essentially the next Star Wars. Is there any merit to that?
I mean, wouldn't. I mean, yes and no.
Okay.
If I was gonna set your expectations, I would say Game of Thrones in space,
Cool.
because it's much more about it's got different houses. It's got a lot of political intrigue and stuff like that. So it's not like a rip roaring adventure that Star Wars is.
See, okay.
It's-
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. That is, man, I'm so glad I asked you that then, because I would have been happy. I'm happier knowing that it's going to be a little more the way you said it.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say too. I say it is a little like Star Wars in the just sci-fi regard.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a little more for adults and less like popcorn flick.
Yeah.
Style. So there's more substance to it.
that's good news. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah. So what else?
I absolutely love that movie.
Yeah, you were pretty high on it, man. So I mean, even if I don't like it much, I'm not going to tell you that. I don't want to ruin your time.
I mean, wouldn't bother me that much.
It would have to be pretty bad for me to want to ruin your time, like malignant bad.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna hate it. I think you'll think it's fine.
I'm excited to go watch it with my mom. I haven't seen a movie with her in a long time, dude. So we used to go do that every week, every Tuesday.
Yeah,
we went and watched a movie because we had the time to go watch it. We could go watch them cheap. We were on a pretty tight budget back then, but it'll be nice to go see something with my mom.
Yeah.
But what else did you get into this month, Chris?
So I also watched Lamb, which I know you weren't super into, but
so back and forth with if I even want to watch that. Should I watch it or no?
It reminded me a lot of The Witch.
Okay.
So not a lot really happens, but I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it, but I think I might give it a watch because I'm coming around on The Witch a little bit. I don't think I like it as much as Josh, and I don't think that I will, but I think I'm coming around on it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not really a horror movie.
Okay, I was kind of thinking that I was getting tricked with that one when I was watching the trailer. I was like, man, I got the feeling that this one isn't going to really be what I think it is. Meaning, I don't think it's going to actually be a horror movie, which is okay. It didn't have to be, but I was like, I'm a little worried about this one.
Yeah, the Beach Boys song definitely throws it off a little bit.
Yeah, it's got a few elements that you could classify it as a horror movie, but I mean it's not scary whatsoever.
Oh, I don't even put those two things together necessarily. I get into a lot of back and forth with people about that. I'm like, horror movie doesn't mean scary movie. Scary movie means scary movie.
Yeah, but it's it's not like silly enough either to be like fun, kind of like Tusk or something like that.
It was so amazing.
But I enjoyed it.
Get out of here with that shit.
That's a word for it, I guess you could use.
This fucking guy.
So, but I enjoyed it.
Oh, totally off subject, but I got to tell you this. I was hanging out with Josh Ellis today, and he got a new job up at FYE. He's like the store manager up there. Yeah. And so he flaked on me yesterday, which whatever, man. It was an accident. He double booked, and so he told me yesterday. He said, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry, man. If you want to hang out tomorrow, I'm off. I'll buy lunch." And I was like, "All right, so I'll hold you to that, bro. Let's go." And so I was thinking like Whataburger, bro. This fool was like, "You want to go to Outback?" I was like, "Are you still paying for lunch?" He's like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "Yeah, I was going to Outback, bro." And
Bloomin' Onion,
dude, we got a Bloomin' Onion, bro. We got a
steak.
It was dope. Shout out to Josh Ellis for being the homie. But it was funny, dude. We were listening to that Limp Bizkit album.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, this is pretty good, bro." And he was like,
"Yeah." I can totally see Josh Ellis liking that.
Dude, I was like, "Bro, I feel like we should." I said, "I feel like we're about to be wearing baggy pants and skateboarding." And he was like, "Yo, we should go get some baggy pants and skateboard." I was like, "Let's go." But, I forgot what I was even talking about. Oh yeah, the music we were talking about music, and I couldn't believe it, dude. Does he strike you as the type of person that would care about or even know much about Elton John or Prince?
No, not really.
Exactly. Really. So we're talking, and I was like talking about those. He was asking me like how you been the last couple of weeks, and I said, "Man, you missed all the drama." And I kind of gave him like a 5-minute quick rundown of what happened, and I said, "Man, it's weird though. I was listening to Elton John, and I don't think they make music like that anymore. It's like I told you guys earlier, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, Elton John was he was classically trained, dude. He was like a master at like 5 different instruments. So was Prince." And I was like, "How the fuck do you know that, dude?" It was just one of those things that in the car was like one of the dopest conversations. I don't know why that popped in my head, but I had to tell you guys. It was awesome. Anyways.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude, Ellis is the homie. If anybody's out there wondering, Josh is one of our buds from way back.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you watch anything that was because October's pretty stout with horror movies. So did you watch anything that just flat out wasn't at all horror, and did anything? Anything else in the theater did you catch?
I didn't go to the theater. The only thing I saw was Dune and Halloween Kills in the theater during the month. No, I mean I watched the Bond movies, We watched Skyfall and Spectre.
Did you watch the new one?
I have not watched the new one yet.
Okay.
Skyfall is amazing. I mean, it's.
Oh, you really like it that much, huh?
Yeah, like I'm not a big Bond fan, but I really like the Daniel Craig Bond movies.
I will admit that the Daniel Craig Bond movies are freaking fantastic.
Yeah, and I haven't watched like Casino Royale in a while. Like I would put Casino Royale up there pretty high, but Skyfall is really great. If it's not like the best of the Daniel Craig ones, it's definitely
really Skyfall. I haven't watched it in a while. I'm not arguing. I haven't seen it in a little while, so I'm gonna have to go back and check that one out again.
I'm a giant James Bond fan, and that's my favorite James Bond movie.
Oh, okay, really? Okay. Well, I've got all of them, so I'll just go back and rewatch them.
Yeah, because I'd never watched Spectre, so I wanted to watch Spectre before I watched.
Who's the villain in Spectre, Chris?
Christoph Waltz.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's a pretty. It's not actually. You know what, dude? Now that I'm thinking about it, those were all really good movies.
Yeah, like they're all good. Like
even like Quantum of Solace was pretty good.
Like I wouldn't call it bad, but I would.
I'm saying pretty good. Like I mean, they're.
Yeah, watchable. I would say
better Melinda.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I would put Quantum of Solace at like the lowest of the Daniel Craig Bond movies.
That's what I'm saying. Like even that movie was pretty good. It would,
but
not nothing I'm gonna write home about, but it was solid.
But yeah, they're still good. And Spectre is a little bit like it wasn't my favorite, but it was still fun. Like I enjoyed watching it.
I think Skyfall is probably my favorite one now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm more of a Mission Impossible guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I grew up with James Bond.
Yeah, my mom did too. My mom loves James Bond.
I think it was like Spike TV or something. They would always play James Bond marathons.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Around Thanksgiving. Awesome. So I watched all those movies when I was a kid.
Spike TV.
Yeah, I used to love Spike TV.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's really what started, like mainstream UFC.
Yeah.
Dude, it really did. Yeah. I mean, I used to watch Tough live every week. I would be home ready to sit down when it started, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. But I never made it to the new James Bond, but I'm ready to go whenever I do finally get around to it.
Nice. Definitely better than Halloween Kills.
I'm sure it is.
So I have decided that I'm going to have to rewatch that movie because I'm flabbergasted by the amount of shit I'm getting for saying that it's the weakest one of the franchise.
I'm starting to see a little bit more people like come out and really not like it.
Good. Dude, it doesn't deserve all the love it's getting, and it's stressing me out, man. It's so dumb. Like it's just making me like, honestly, kind of sad. Like, people have this terrible a taste, huh? Shit, we're headed for disaster.
Yeah, like I can't remember the name of it, but Josh sent a link to a podcast, and they just pretty much trashed it the whole time.
Was it Red Letter Media?
Yeah. One of the other podcasts I listen to, which isn't very popular, like there's three guys, and they just talk about random shit, kind of like we do sometimes, and they all trashed it.
Nice.
Like, so I've been seeing a little bit more just people come out like, nah, this thing kind of sucks. which is nice.
And accurate.
I agree.
Definitely.
Whatever, I forgot.
Yeah, so
what talk about before we switch over to Mr. Josh?
Oh yeah, I'm almost done. Titane. I watched Titane, how the hell you say it.
I'm just gonna keep calling it Titane because that's the only way it sounds right to me. If I start trying to pronounce it otherwise, I'm gonna mess it up even worse.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Like it was pretty good.
Whatever.
I mean,
I don't even know yet. So at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna say it's a wash. I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, like I expected a little bit more like slasher stuff, and it does have that in there.
How come?
But I don't know, like I heard it kind of described as like a slasher movie.
Really?
So I was kind of avoiding a lot of stuff about it. So the little bit I did catch
the first act.
Oh, got one. Sorry.
The first act definitely feels like a slasher movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so I expected a little bit more.
So. I didn't even think about that. I guess you're right. That's weird.
It starts out that way.
Yeah, I didn't even put that together. I was so fucking confused by the end of it. I was just like, what am I watching?
Yeah, it definitely has the elements. I was expecting a little bit more from it, but it wasn't. Don't say that as a bad thing. Like I still liked it a pretty good bit. It was not like the most fun watch, but I don't know. Was also kind of fun and weird. But I said it before. Like I like weird stuff, and
bro, your definition of fun is fucking different than mine.
And I'll admit to giving probably certain things a pass just because it's weird and I like weird.
For sure.
So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I am gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it. I feel like I should have liked it more than I did.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just not your style for sure. But
I mean, it's not my style. I watch a lot of weird foreign horror movies, and I like Cronenberg a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's weird, and like, I just wasn't expecting that when I went to go sit down for it. Like, I was so caught off guard by that movie. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Had I watched, what I did was, a lot of times recently I've gone into movies without watching any reviews, or I don't go as far as to like not look at trailers, but I've stopped watching reviews before I watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
On something like that, I think I'm going to have to be a little smarter about that, because on something like this, I should have watched at least 1 or 2 reviews, and gone in with just a little. I don't care about spoilers like you guys do, so like a little knowledge would have helped me a lot in this movie. Had I known what I was getting into, I probably would have walked in there with managed expectations and probably really liked it even. So I just, now that I kind of, I mean, this happens with us a lot for me and on this show. I watch movies that you guys might bring up that I have no idea what it is, and then I watch it and I'm like, no. And then later on I think about it, I'm like, okay, when I'm in a mood for something in that lane, I can watch that, and I'll probably, like, we just talked about Witch. How many times did I absolutely not like that movie? And then I watched it, I think, twice more since then, and I've really started to understand. I don't think it's as creepy or scary necessarily as you do, Josh, but I definitely understand why you like it a lot more now. And so sometimes it just takes a few tries, man, and I'm okay with that these days. I used to be like, oh, don't like it, that's it for me. That's stupid, man. You can miss out on a lot of great stuff that way. So
yeah. So, yeah, the last one I was going to bring up is Arachnophobia. Started it at Josh's house the other day.
Yes.
And then finished it at home because I had the baby with me. And
dude, now you're speaking my language, sir. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite John Goodman character.
Oh, dude, for sure. It's in the top.
He is amazing in that movie.
Dude, John Goodman's amazing anyways, but yes.
Yes.
I watched it too, because we watched it most of it at my house.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen it before either. And
really,
he's not nearly in it as much as I thought, but he's freaking awesome in that movie.
Yeah.
Man, y'all should let me know when you're going to watch something like that together for the first time. I would love to come over and watch that with y'all. I love that movie.
It was Saturday. I know you said you had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, this past Saturday would have been a little difficult.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't say anything, because
I'm just busting your balls, man.
You already said that you were busy.
I don't get a lot of people that are like, you've seen so many movies that I would want to watch that I don't even consider that maybe you hadn't seen it before. Or I would have brought that up. I would have said, let's watch it at Chris's house. That's a good big screen flick.
Yeah. I was talking to Chris while we were watching it too. It feels so much like a Spielberg movie.
It does.
Which once it started, I was like, oh well, it's produced by Spielberg. It's an Amblin movie.
It is, isn't it? Amblin did. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But it feels like Spielberg directed it.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good flick too, man. Isn't Jeff Daniels the other lead in that one?
Yeah.
Yep. Love that guy.
He's great in it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really fun movie. Wasn't quite what I was expecting with that either, but yeah, it was fun.
I was definitely expecting the spiders to be bigger.
I was too.
Yeah. I like eight-legged freaks for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen. I remember. I don't know. Did they come out around like close to the same time? Or
you know what? I'll find out. I love both of those.
I remember seeing Eight-Legged Freaks when I was younger, and I think maybe I just always correlated them because they were spider movies. So I was expecting them to be bigger spiders, but it totally makes sense that they're not.
Yeah. Like I was expecting a little bit more of of a monster movie, like you said, like bigger spiders and something a little bit more over the top. But
Arachnophobia is 1990. Eight-Legged Freaks is 2002.
Damn,
I would have thought they were way closer, dude. I was thinking like 94, 98 is what I was thinking.
That makes sense though, because I was probably like 12 when I watched Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was made for, 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's fucking legendary. Love that shit. David Arquette's one of my favorites. I love that guy. I mean, he doesn't do enough stuff for me to say he's like one of my favorite actors, but like everything he's in, I want to check it out.
Yeah. That was pretty much most of mine.
It's not a bad October, sir. What'd you check out this time around, Mr. Josh?
Well, a few of them Chris already brought up. You know, Dune, Titan. I was fascinated by that movie.
Which one?
Titan.
Okay.
Or Titan, or whatever you want to call it.
It's all right, dude. None of us know how to pronounce it, I don't think, so whatever.
Everyone
so you really liked it, huh?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And I would suggest maybe watching some breakdowns on it. There's a couple of breakdowns on YouTube. They kind of go over the themes and stuff like that, because it's kind of you mentioned Cronenberg when we were talking about it, and it definitely has some stuff in common with Cronenberg. Because
I mean, now that I've watched it and I've literally sat and thought about that movie a couple times. I haven't sat here and spent a bunch of time doing it, but like when I'm working, it's popped up in my head, or I'll see like an ad for it and I'll start thinking about it. I understand it way more. I'm telling you, man, I think it was almost exclusively the fact that I thought I was getting this and instead I got this. And so since it was so different than I expected a little bit weird, because the trailer shows you a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I got way weird. And I was like, fuck. And I also didn't expect it to be in French almost the whole damn way. So like, you know, I don't know why. I think it's by the same person that did Raw, right?
Yeah, the Raw's in French.
I did expect it to be in French. Never mind. I did expect the French thing.
Yeah, I think we even talked about that before.
Yeah, no. I said it and I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I thought that at all. I did expect French, but I didn't expect it to be so weird, man. But it's all good. Raw was really good. So just based on that alone, I was going to give this at least one shot. So it's worth another watch.
Yeah.
I'll say, dude, I gotta say, man, with all the big movies that came out this year that let us down, at least that movie, if nothing else, was made well and it was original. Mm-hmm. So even if it's not really my taste, it's not objectively bad. Or not. Yeah. I don't think you can say it's objectively bad.
Well, when I was watching Pig, I was like, I don't know how a movie gets made that's that's this, but I'm sure glad it does. Like, right. And I was when I thought that, I was like, and Titan too. Like, these are movies that, like, I don't know who's putting the money behind these, but I'm sure glad somebody is, because they're not making shit like this.
Think about this. If you and I and Chris were all like multi-millionaires, right? We could afford to put $500,000 into a movie or $1 million into a movie. I think that we would all, even myself, I think we would make interesting indie movies. And I think mine might be a little more splattery or a little more, B-movie gore style, right?
Yeah.
But I think we could all three come up with similar stuff. I think that that's the kind of person that's making these movies, people like us that have a lot of money. And so I don't care about the return so much as I care about having a product that I'm really proud of. So I would make a movie like Pig, and I would even financially back a movie like the Titan or whatever. I would financially back that movie, even knowing what I know about it now, because at least I could say, okay, look, you may not like it, but it's well made. Whereas you get something like, I watched this movie the other day. What was it called? I can't remember, but it was on Amazon, and I was expecting reasonably good, right? And it was just bad. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm watching Don't Breathe 2. Like, currently, I'm finishing it up tonight. That first one is a really good horror movie. It's a great scenario, and this is one of the few times that I would say, all right, look, you got something that's different and unique. Copy paste, man. Just remake the movie with a few different things in it and cash in. But I think they tried to go, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. But they added stuff. There's more money behind it, and it's obvious in a bad way. Like, the makeup doesn't look as good, which is weird because they got more money. and they've added CG in it where they shouldn't have, which I just, and that's the kind of stuff I wouldn't want to put my money behind. Anyways, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I kind of heard that movie was
really
good, and
I didn't hear anything about it at all, so I just was like, oh, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I really like the first one a lot, but
yeah, me too. I didn't know you liked that. I'm glad you do. It's a good movie. At least I think it is.
Yeah, same guy that did the Evil Dead remake.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go through. I watched like 20 horror movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So quite a few of them were rewatches. I watched Halloween 2018. I rewatched the original Halloween. I watched The Fly.
Hell yeah.
Evil Dead 2. I watched Videodrome and American Psycho. But I watched Hellraiser for the first time. I really enjoyed that. I was surprised how much I enjoyed that. It's very
Hellraiser 1. I fucking can't stand that movie. But I'm not surprised you liked it, and I would imagine that I like 2, and you probably don't like 2 as much. So
I haven't watched 2 yet.
Yeah, when you watch it, you're gonna go, oh, okay. Like you may like it, but you'll understand why I like it better than 1.
Yeah, I mean, Hellraiser almost feels like something that Del Toro would do. It's very sort of gothic and
it's one of those movies like what I was talking about with like A Clockwork Orange. All my friends liked it, so I thought I was gonna like it, so I watched it.
Yeah. And
I just didn't. It's not the later ones are for me. The first one is a very well-made movie, great story. Not for me. It's okay though. You can't win them all. Yeah. I'm glad I watched it. I would rather have watched it and know that I don't like it than not watched it and was wondering what I was missing,
Mm-hmm. So other first time watches, I watched Phantasm.
How'd you like Phantasm?
Didn't really care for it. To be
honest. I think you touched on that when we talked on our video.
I think I mentioned it when we were at the theater because they.
That might have been what it was.
They were doing like a screening of it or something.
Yeah. Sorry, that's right.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of boring.
That's interesting. I'm a little surprised, but I again, dude. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm a little surprised you didn't like it as much. I would have thought that'd be one you liked. If I had to guess, if somebody said, "Hey, you think Josh will like Phantasm?" I probably would have said yes.
Yeah, it's one of those cult horror movies. It looked like fun. I was kind of expecting to enjoy it, but
right, you probably left or stopped watching it thinking like, "Damn, I was expecting to like it more than this."
yeah. It was not horrible. I was just kind of like, meh.
Sometimes that's the worst, dude. Sometimes I'd rather be like absolutely terrible and be like, at least I hated it versus meh. Meh is like almost worse to me.
Yeah, for sure. I watched the original Wicker Man.
Okay, I haven't seen the original one have I seen the original one?
From the 70s?
Bro, I don't know if I have. I'd have to start watching it before I can tell you, to be honest.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a little slow, it's from that time.
Yeah.
It takes a little time to get going, but I think about halfway through it's pretty good from there to the end.
Okay. I think I have seen that one, but I've only seen it like once, and it was a long time ago because I had a list of daytime horror movies that I wanted to watch that were set in a day, and that was one that I had like at the bottom of the list because I already seen it. So I think I've seen it, but it was a long time ago because I haven't seen the entire Nick Cage one because it was that bad. I had to turn it off. But it's been a while, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it at some point.
That's amazing. Yeah, I've never seen the Nick Cage one. But watching the original
movie night.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, well, let me know when it's over with.
Yeah. But I definitely watching the original one saw where Ari Aster got Midsummer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Wicker Man in that movie.
A lot.
Which I knew. I knew it was like a what do you call it? A pagan cult.
Yeah.
Sacrificing people and stuff like that.
How many ways can you really tell that without overlapping at least a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
I like Midsummer. I hate saying it like that. Ugh. just drives me nuts. Anyways, I like that movie, and the longer the time goes by and I think about it more, the more I want to rewatch it, because I think that movie is terrifying, man. I feel like that about the way you feel about Witch.
Yeah. I think it's kind of disturbing, but it doesn't I wouldn't say it scares me as much.
It's weird, isn't it, how we can see the same movie and both of us see two same movies and then just think very differently about it. If that's wild, man. That's actually kind of something that I think is kind of cool, that we can both, or all three of us, see the same thing and think very differently about it and have the same feelings about movies, but they're completely opposite. Like, just like this example here.
Yeah, the things that scare you are different for everybody.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Like, my first nightmare always makes people laugh because it was about Beetlejuice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a little kid though, and I had a dream about that banister turning into a snake, and I dreamt that it like got me. Oh, dude, it was so scary, bro. No thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely used to get scared by stuff like that when I was a kid, but
right. Oh man.
Let's see what else I watched. I watched Drag Me to Hell.
I watched that one in October as well.
I didn't like it.
Not surprised at all. I'd have been a little more surprised if you did like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a little
much.
It was a little too Sam Raimi, I think.
That's a good way to put it. That's a little too Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie, as I'm sure you're not at all surprised.
Yeah, you've talked about it before. Because I thought I was gonna at least be entertained by it, but I was just kind of like,
you didn't like it that much? Okay.
Yeah, I was just not into it.
Interesting.
Really at all.
Hey man, that's not my fault. You got bad taste, sir.
That's all right.
But
I watched Return of the Living Dead, and I thought that was amazing.
That blows my mind, bro. Dude, you haven't said something that shocked me that much, I think, since COVID started.
I that's why I texted it to you, because I knew I was like, I'm watching this. I was like, this is amazing,
dude. I was like,
you weren't gonna.
I literally told Chris, I was like, I think Josh is either drunk or fucking with me.
Neither.
Dude, I couldn't be happier that you like it that much, but I was very surprised, dude. I was like, man, that's amazing.
Is it? I mean, it's no like great film or anything, but man,
yes, it is, sir.
It was so much fun. So it really
that's dude. It is so much fun.
It is just incredibly entertaining. I really like that. Have you seen that, Chris?
I've seen it a long time ago, but I was about to say I need to go rewatch that.
Yeah, you do. No, it's everything
so
about
silly.
that movie is iconic. It's like every scene's got something that you've seen before in it. You're like, oh, that's where that came from. Like, the whole movie's like that.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is awesome. Very, very seldomly do you get like an awesome movie and an awesome soundtrack. Usually you get like one or the other.
Yeah. I thought that the zombies talking was going to annoy me, but I mean, it's so silly that
it's so
like,
silly.
Just kind of go with it. Like,
how many boobs are in that movie, bro?
A lot.
Yeah, buddy. And they're nice ones.
They're big.
Yeah, it's always nice to get like good boobies and not like, well, grandma boobies or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just super entertaining. Doesn't take itself
fun
serious
movie, huh?
at all.
I'm glad you liked it. That's awesome.
It was the right kind of silly for me.
I thought I was the right kind of silly for you.
Definitely not.
And now he's like, you're dumb.
That's most everything I watched. We watched The Mist. I rewatched the Evil Dead remake. I watched Exorcist 3.
How'd you like that?
I thought it was pretty good.
I like Exorcist 3 way better than the first one.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the first one, though. It's not a secret. It's not my style.
Definitely don't like it as much as the first one, but
yeah, most people don't.
It's pretty good. It's more of a murder mystery, like detective story.
Yeah. Somebody,
drama.
I can't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody last weekend, like at the store, and they also said that they thought the first Exorcist was kind of boring, but they liked the third one, and I was very surprised. If I remember who it is, I'll bring their name up. But I was like, really? I'm usually the only idiot saying stuff like that, but cool. We could be idiots together.
Yeah, I've never seen the third one.
It's pretty good.
It's good. It's pretty darn good.
Okay.
Let's see.
I watched Halloween 4.
Man, I haven't seen Halloween 4 in a long time. I didn't remember liking that one very much.
I mean, Loomis should definitely not be alive. And he's just got like a scar on his face. It's like,
oh, that's right. It's got the really bad prosthetic scar.
Yeah, he just got like the burn on like one side of his face. It's like, oh,
that's a pretty bad movie.
That huge explosion and you know, just got a little mark.
Dude, that's
no problem.
Hilarious. I forgot all about that.
But it's better than Halloween Kills. So.
Yeah, so was the diarrhea I had this morning.
Honestly, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like harmlessly okay, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's another Halloween movie. There wasn't anything that was really egregious about it. It was fine.
I was getting a bunch of shit the other day because I was talking about how much I liked Halloween 3. It's not even a Halloween movie. It's got Michael Myers in it. Boo, fucking who? I was like, yeah, but it's still a standalone. It's like, it's better than most of the Halloween fucking franchise. What are we talking about here, guys? Like, oh boy, people don't like honesty.
I still need to watch that one.
Oh, you haven't seen 3? Oh, I like 3 a lot. Yeah, I think you might like it, right?
You haven't seen it either?
No. Interesting. Maybe I'll put that on the list for this week. I hadn't have a movie picked out. Let's see.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of stuff. I watched Titanium, like we said already. I watched House of a Thousand Corpses, which there's a whole episode of me and Mr. Steven going back and forth on that one. Yep, I think it's funny because I completely changed his mind. I've done that to him like 3 different times on movies where he's like had an opinion on it. By the time we were done talking, he's like, okay, never mind. I think differently now because I'll explain stuff because he's not a fan of the genre like I am. So I just know like little things here and there. I don't have like, making movie type of knowledge, but I have like just, information about these movies or things that they referenced or whatever. I watched, the Texas Chainsaw remake with him, which I changed my mind on that one a lot because I used to really, really love that movie. By the time we were done talking about it, I was like, God damn, that movie sucks. Like, but I don't think it sucks, but I definitely don't think I like it anywhere near as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And then I watched Halloween Kills, unfortunately. And then I watched the original and the remake of 2018. And I am of the mindset that I think 2018 is the best one of the franchise. And no, not many people are going to agree with that. I don't care. But I have my reasons. If anybody ever wants to ask me why I think that, I'll let you know why. I don't think it's a big deal, though. I wouldn't argue with somebody about the original one being better because I think it's pretty damn close. I'm just talking about mostly about like if you took both of them today, right now, somebody that hadn't seen either of them and they didn't know the relevance of them, and you just said, here, watch these 2 movies. Which one would they enjoy more? They'd probably enjoy 2018 more. That's all probably I mean. That's all I really mean by that. Do what?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, and that's all I meant by it. I don't mean to like shit on the first one. The first one's a legendary classic.
Yeah, it's a extremely solid modern slasher movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked 2018. That's why I think why we were also bummed about Halloween
Kills.
The
thing is that after we talked about Halloween Kills, I remembered 2018 not being that good. I went back and watched it and was like, oh wait, never mind. And then I think I was remembering Rob Zombie Halloween stuff, which I'm not trying to bag on Rob Zombie, but like I think I was remembering details from that one because I don't like that one. So I was glad I rewatched 2018 because I got a whole different perspective of it. But the 2 movies that I watched, or the 3 that I watched that y'all didn't watch, I watched Antlers. I watched Last Night in Soho. I'll be back on that one in just a second. And I watched Terrifier, of course, because it's fucking October. And Terrifier is probably the best movie that I watched out of all of them. Objectively speaking, of course. Josh is like, ow! No, so in all seriousness, I watched Last Night in Soho. That might be my favorite movie of the year outside of Pig. Pig's probably my favorite because I think that's objectively like how could you improve that movie? I don't think you can. And I'll ask you more about that later when you finish it, Josh. I would love to know how you feel about that statement.
I'll text y'all. I'm gonna finish it after we get done here.
because I think that there's not really any way you can improve Pig, but I think that I have to go back and read my list of what all came out this year. But I don't remember being like as impressed as I was with anything other than Pig as Last Night in Soho. The more I think about that movie, the more I like it, and the more I think it was fucking awesome. But there was a couple of things in it, like I can't give it a 9.5 or a 10. It's a solid 9. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. And I can't remember what I gave it in my initial review, but I was super high on it, and I was like, you know,
I think you said really, a 9 in your
okay,
your
good. I'm glad I didn't veer off of that. My reason for not going any higher than that is because they put some CG in the movie, and now I don't know what their intentions were when they put the CG in the movie, but it was very obvious and it wasn't very good. But other than that, there wasn't anything wrong with the movie. And I tell you, man, this is one of those movies that I had the exact opposite as Titan. Like a Titan, I thought, okay, this trailer looks kind of cool. I'm probably gonna really like this. I had a pretty good idea of what I thought was going on when I went into the theater, and I was very surprised. With this one, I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna really like this. And I had no idea what I thought was gonna happen, except when I got in the theater, it was exactly what I thought was gonna happen. And I was like, holy shit, I was right. And I didn't tell anybody what I thought. I'm not gonna tell anybody what I thought because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it yet. But dude, it was so good. Like if you're a fan of Italian horror from the late 70s, early 80s, if you're a fan of crime novels like noir crime, and you're a fan of horror movies, there's no way you could watch this and not at least say, oh, that was pretty good. Like I would be shocked if people said it was bad, because I can't, like with Malignant.
I was waiting for that to get brought up.
Well, no, dude, I was trying to think of something else, but I know what is objectively wrong with Malignant. It was some of the CG was objectively bad. Didn't need to be in the movie. They could have done, different stuff. With this movie, like there is none of that, except that one little bit of CG that's in the movie that I don't really know why they put it in. I'd like to learn maybe more about that, but like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, man. But it was a movie that I just can't fathom somebody having nitpicky reasons as to why they didn't like it. With the other movies, that there are reasons and they're valid reasons. So I don't know. I'm really interested in what other people think about it. I haven't heard much negative yet, but I don't know, man. I was very impressed. Like this is one that I might go get like the 4K if it comes out. I got a theater poster and I think I'm going to keep it. Like I'm going to frame it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got to grab my laptop cord.
Oh, you're fine.
Computer's about to die.
Oh shit. Yeah, I really want to go see that. Me and
I want to watch
were,
it again. So if you have the time, let me know so I can see if I can make it out there with you.
Me and Josh were talking about possibly going on Sunday, so we'll see. I guess we can.
Okay.
Talk about it Saturday, and
yeah, I mean, if I make any money this week, if I make some money tomorrow, or wait, today's Wednesday, right? No, today's Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, if I make some money tomorrow and Saturday, I'll go Sunday for sure.
Okay.
I had to pay a fairly expensive bill today that I didn't expect to have to pay, so I didn't make a little bit of money. But if I can make a little bit of cashola, I'm good to go. I have some pretty cool shit I got a list for sale, so I think I'm probably set up to make a fair amount of money this weekend if I can do it right. I got that Assault on Precinct 13 I'm going to sell. I'm going to list it anyways. I cannot believe how expensive that is, dude.
Yeah.
Good grief, bro. I was going to offer you guys to say, hey, guys, figure out who wants this. And then I saw the price. I was like, never mind. Neither of them want to pay that much for this.
Nope. I don't care about it that much.
Dude, I don't care about it enough to keep it at that price, bro. I'll sell it for even a discount and just go and get my money and get out of there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. October was fun this year. There's good times. I think that I like the idea of us taking October off of SHOPcast and just letting, at least for me anyways, let me focus on the other channel, especially by next year. I'm hoping I've got a few thousand subscribers by then. I mean, we're starting to really tick up now. My content's really starting to take shape. My scheduling is starting to take shape. So like, I'm hoping that next year, October is a really big month for the channel. So we will see. We will see. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, not really.
Cool. Well, then I got to figure out a movie for us to watch. Y'all got any ideas?
Not really.
then I will text y'all in about 15 minutes. I'm not gonna make the people sit here and they're like, this fucking guy.
I mean, it's your pitch.
No, I know. I legit forgot that I had to come up with a movie, and I was like, man, and there's a couple I wanted to say, but I'm not gonna. Oh, I really want to watch Terrifier again, but because the second one's getting closer and closer, and that's all. It's just me geeking out. But man, we should maybe watch Halloween 3, baby. I don't know. Give me like 10 or 15 minutes. I'll text y'all. Let me look through what I've got. I want to find something a little unexpected. That's honestly what I want to find, but I don't know. I'm pretty predictable, so I probably won't find anything unexpected. Man, it sure is weird getting up at the store at 10 a.m. every day now. Like the last 2 weeks, I've been up there real early. Dude, everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" My ass is usually there at like 1 p.m. But
you've been cool. Putting stuff together, I guess.
Yeah, it's starting to look really nice. By the end of this weekend, well, I'm gonna start working probably mostly Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna work a few Fridays in a row, probably through the end of the year because it's holidays, you know. And it'll make sense for me to be there on Fridays. But after that, I'm going to start working just Saturday, Sunday. And I'm going to be there from 10 to 6, like a full 10 to 6. If I just make myself do it, I'll get up and go. I don't care. But now that I have this nice little spot where I can sit, and like once you get there, you'll see what I'm talking about. I got like a spot. Oh, check this shit out. I got a cool idea. So I've got 2 record bins now, right? They each have 3 rows. So I've got 6 total rows. So I got a D6. I don't remember where I came up with this idea. I think it was a combination of, dude, it was the weirdest thing. I came up with this idea like 2 days ago, and then today I come across that guy's channel, Chris, that you said you watched. Yeah. So I did not, this is before that guy's channel, I came up with this idea. I'm going to take a D6 and I'm going to roll it. And I'm going to do this on live stream. I'm going to take my tripod with me to work on probably Sunday would be the best day to do it. And I'm going to roll a D6, so it'll tell me which row to pick from, and I'm gonna roll a D10 and a D20, and that should give me. How did I have it set up? I think it was a D10 and a D20 should give me a total number that I'll count back. Row 3, record 43, and I'll count back 43. Pull that out, and I'm gonna live stream, just like put it on, listen to it, and then kind of review it or whatever. Just to see if I could see how it goes. I sent that idea to a few people and they all really responded like really well. They're like, that would be awesome. And I was kind of thinking it'd be a way for me to get some records on the turntable that maybe I wouldn't listen to otherwise.
Yeah.
So, there's only a handful of things that I'm just going to not listen to, but I figured I'm going to write them all down. And then if I roll a double one and I pull the same record out that I listened to 3 weeks ago, I'll just re-roll it. And kind of cool idea,
Yeah. But yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you to everybody that hung out with us for this long. We rambled quite a bit, or I did anyway. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We'll good grief. We'll be back next week with a normal episode of SHOPcast. I have no idea what movie, so stay tuned. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Be kind to everyone else, and we'll see you next week. All right. Peace.